Yes, 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 my people, world of YouTube. I had to do a review, of course, of one of my all time favorite movies. And yes, I'm telling you, uh, not only one of my all time favorites, but I like taking the concept of this movie and bludgeon to death my bullies and, child molesters and rapists and murderers. If there was anybody I'd like to see go after that type of crowd, especially child molesters, would be this man right here. Mr. Michael Myers. Of course, this is a photo that I took during the show. And I will admit, though, it wasn't the greatest of all. It had some flaws, but I recommend anyone to go watch it. It is action packed, full of suspense, and they did do a good number on how they brought him back. And Laurie Strode, aka Jamie Lee Curtis, she did an awesome performance, even though she was a drunk now. Oh man, funny stuff, funny stuff. I'll tell you something though, they even added a little comedy in this movie, I can tell you. And at the end of the movie, they literally, one guy in the front row of me said, "Oh, this movie was fucking awesome." I mean, it was great, I tell you. It had little down moments, but I mean, I gotta admit, it was well worth the money to see. I will put it that way. It took some bathroom scene where you see in the previews as he's dropping the teeth on the floor. That got the garage man he stole his uniform from. And I'll show one more. Of course, here's the investigating detectives and Miss Jamie Lee Curtis standing off the side there at the crime scene. I mean, I don't want to reveal too much pictures. Of course, here's Halloween night, kids trick-or-treating. Some pictures I got at last minute, so they came out like shit. And I mean, this only goes to show how action-packed this film was, because it happened so quickly, so interactively, that, it was tough to get some good pics. And I tried to get the best I could of the best I can. And as you can imagine what that is. And there he is, my man Michael. Yes, that's right. Classic serial killer, born in the USA, made in the USA. Let's get that up in closeness of the old American flag as they put it right beside him as he walked out of this house on Halloween night. The old red, white, and blue and Michael, that's right. Very action-packed. It didn't, I mean, like I said, some of the flaws was the beginning of the movie, I would say, where you watch the guy walk out and he's holding up, they preview it. And that, to me, was kind of the downfall of the movie when the two journalists, I guess they were, walked in the asylum, as you've seen in the previews. He sticks up the mask and he wanted to get Michael to speak. And, I mean, the concept of the story is that he was probably in a minimum psycho ward. He's getting transferred to a maximum because he won't speak on why of what he did over 40 years ago. And yeah, the guy showed the mask, and the rest, I guess you can say, is history. But that kind of part going through it, I don't know where they were going with that. I mean, to have a journalist go in there and they got access from the district attorney or something, he said. And yeah, they wanted to get Michael to speak about what he had done and so forth. And yeah, that was the whole concept of the movie. I mean, I won't get into details of what happens, of course. You will have to go see it, but like I said, the beginning was kind of like, eh. But after that, it literally got into all the good stuff. And I mean, and I guarantee you will enjoy the movie. And I mean, just to say a let alone, have a little chill up your spine, do some, nice parts where he creeps up out of nowhere. But, I mean, like I said, all in all, the only thing that was just kind of like how they did it in the beginning was like, I think they could have put a better beginning to it. But you know what? John Carpenter approved this movie, and with his stamp of seal of approval, and besides the beginning scene, I give this a huge thumbs up. Definitely something you want to see. Definitely they keep, the rivalry through Jamie Lee Curtis and Mr. Michael Myers himself. And what I want to say about how they did all this, I mean, and cutting out all the movies, and it is something that has been on the back of my mind, of course, was in the first movie, I always wondered, they sit there and say, and then they started, they're brother and sister. Where the hell was Laurie Strode in the first movie with the big sister? And why is her last name Laurie Strode when it was Judith Myers that got killed? I mean, the only thing I can think of is, and they even went with that in part 2. So, I mean, I like part 2. Don't get me wrong. I liked Resurrection and I like H2O, even though they're, pretty much the same, concept. The sister's in the asylum, he gets out, or she goes after him and kills him and blah, blah, blah. But, and then, it never dawned on me. I mean, it always crossed my mind of why they're saying it's her sister when they weren't even related. And that's exactly what they went through in this one. They weren't sister and brother. And even, the granddaughter of Laurie Strode, which she has now, said, that was just stupid, rumors of people bringing up or something. So they even mock it and joke about it in this movie about the brother-sister thing. And I mean, the concept to me is, because he killed his sister back in the day, got out, Halloween night, he wanted to go back and kill some more. It's because he thrived on it. He's evil, pure evil. Maybe because he saw Laurie Strode, maybe it reminded him of his sister. I mean, that's what I would put it as. But to take this movie and did that how they did it from that original, the first one, they did good on it. They did good on it. Like I said, the beginning is a little but other than that, everything else in this movie is pure awesomeness. I mean, like I said, the only thing that makes it not the greatest is the beginning, because it's just kind of like you're sitting there thinking, all right, the guy brought his mask. Why the fuck are the police giving an investigation mask or any kind of stuff like that to someone? It's like, but it gets good. It gets better. It gets great. It does get great. So, but I mean, after all in all, throughout the years, though, all the other Michael Myers, the curse of Michael Myers, the niece of Michael Myers, You know, it all goes down to that. I mean, I like the resurrection, what they said it wasn't that great. But the concept of going back into a haunted house that he lived in, he was living there for years, you know, and he comes back out because they go messing around with his house. I mean, shit. It was kind of good. And then H2O, I mean, that was even good. But there they are, taking out the son, bringing in a daughter or whatnot. Yeah, taking out the brother-sister concept. But I mean, all in all, they did good. And when you get approval from John Carpenter, I mean, yeah, that's a huge thumbs up. Right there. Where is it? Can you see it? No. My free... What? Get it up there. Come on. No, I'm going to see if I can turn my light on. But anyways, if you're going to get out, and if you were skeptical about this movie, thinking, what the hell can they do now? You'll get a good warm fuzzy sensation from it. They did good. Go check it out. I recommend it. And like I said, one of my favorite horror movies of all time besides The Exorcist, because that was a true story, and any kid that's gonna get all possessed by the devil, well, shit. Tell you let Jesus fuck you and all this other crazy shit. Oh man, I'm sorry, but I laughed through that movie. Even though it was real, I feel sorry for the person that had to go through it, but I don't know, I just get into sense of horror flicks and stuff like this to where I just love it. And if you put it in the concept the way I think of it, which I do have videos up of how I would want a serial killer to be, the Villisca Warrior. Have them up if you want to check that out. Short story I started. I still got to finish the ending of it to narrate it. But that story right there is a perfect example that this guy right here inspired me to write it. And in my eyes, I would love to see more of a serial killer, maybe going after serial killers. That would be my dream role right there, my dream script, which, like I said, I'm writing right now. Well, I wrote a couple years ago. Like I said, I haven't been able to finish the ending of it, but this guy right here inspired me to write that story, because if there was anybody out there that I could make a copycat killer of, it would be him, and it wouldn't be to innocent people. It would be to the people that bring the fear to people of, doing stupid things. So anyways, that's my good old update of the old and great Michael Myers. I like to put a touch of good evil on him if I could. That's what I do when I watch this movie or any of these movies. I put it like a face that I don't like, or a face of someone that's been just tormenting me for a whole entire part of my life, and I put them in that friggin' predicament. And here, there, jab your knife in your face. But anyways, movie review of Michael Myers. Halloween, baby. You better get out there and check it out. You will not be dissatisfied. Till that next video, be safe, take care, and always believe. Then again, beware. That's right. My man Michael is back. Gonna fucking rock the box office. Out.